Good morning, hello, and welcome to This Date in History, also known as TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the smart device application Today in History. What happened today in history?
Historical calendar, and on his website, onthisday.com.
Yep. For links to those sources, the music done by Carrera, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar in the description below. Anyway, I am A.O. Xander.
Shohin.
And at some point today, maybe, hopefully, we'll be joined by the Golden Loon, aka Leave It to Beaver Be Cleaver. Anyway, today is Saturday, also known as Saturday, October 22nd, 2022.
In 362, Temple of Apollo at Delphine, outside of Antioch, is destroyed in a mysterious fire.
Oh, that's not good.
Hmm,
Hmm,
suspicious.
yeah. Ooh, 1707 looks interesting. Like all of these look intriguing in their own right. Like,
Which
um,
one?
huh. Well, 1383 looks interesting. 1707, you know?
Okay, 1383. The 1383 to 85 crisis in Portugal, a period of civil war and disorder, begins after King Fernando dies without a male heir to the Portuguese throne.
Uh oh. Not
Ooh,
good.
he must have had only daughters.
Uh oh. Yeah. You see, this is what
Oh,
happens when you're not equal. So, yeah.
let's see what else. What's the other one?
1707.
1707, Sicily naval disaster, shipwreck of four Royal Navy warships and loss of 1,400 men during a storm off the Sicily Isles will prompt 1714 British Act of Parliament competition to find a longitude at sea.
Dang.
Ooh,
Well, I'm pretty sure they were using longitude and latitudes to map by then, so maybe they were trying to find where the shipwreck occurred specifically. I don't know,
guessing.
but that's a disaster right there. Then moving on up to 1721, Tsar Peter the Great became all Russian imperator. All right, I guess that's the start of the czars. You know,
Yeah, sounds like it.
who was the first czar? Who was the first czar?
The first song.
Ivan the Terrible. So I guess not.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's not. That's really not good. But then moving on up into oh wow, 1827, German chemist Friedrich Wohler was the first to isolate pure aluminum. Well, that's awesome.
Here.
Pure aluminum.
In
And then 1836, Sam Houston inaugurated as first elected president of the Republic of Texas. Yep, he was the father of Texas, Sam Houston. 1861, Mr. Sohan. That looks interesting.
1861, the first telegraph line linking west to east was completed.
Dang, that's pretty cool.
1875, Sons of America Revolution organized.
Huh. Sons of American Revolution. Well, that's after the Civil War as well. So, huh. Wow, 1877. That's awful.
1877, the Blantyre mining disaster in Scotland kills 207 miners. Those widows and orphans who were unable to support themselves were evicted by the mine's owners and likely sent to the poorhouse.
Wow. So
So,
so these people died, and then they just like, oh well, fuck your family, like that,
yep.
heartless. Wow.
Also, in 1879, con artist Thomas Edison perfects carbonized cotton filament light bulb,
Yeah, I don't think
which
he
he probably
perfected
stole from
shit.
somebody.
Yeah, I don't think he perfected shit. He just took it.
He perfected thievery.
Yeah, Yeah, pretty much. Let's see here. In 1897, the world's first car dealer opened in London. Wow, 1897. That's pretty cool. Then let's see here. 1906, 3,000 blacks demonstrate and riot in Philadelphia. Well, that's not good. Always
And
turning
that
into
time,
yeah. 1906, they're turning into the rioting. There was a brief period in time, during like the Martin Luther King Jr. era where, they actually were peaceful. But why does it always end up in riots? I don't know.
one
Anyway,
side disagrees.
yep,
It gets violent.
yep. Also in 1906, Henry Ford became president of Ford Motor Company. All right, that's expected. Ooh,
1906. Which one you want me to do?
1907. Yeah,
Which one you want me to do?
both of them.
1907. Panic of 1907. A run on Knickerbocker Trust Company stock leads to U.S. wide run on banks.
Uh oh, that's not good.
Abby Knickers.
Yeah, and those are
Also,
pants, by the way, for people who don't understand what knickers are. They're pants.
also 1907. Ringling Brothers Greatest Show on Earth buys Barnum and Bailey Circus.
Ooh, I did not know that one got bought out by the other. So, hmm, Barnum sold
It
himself.
seems like P.T. Barnum ain't that much of a businessman. I'm joking. He
Huh.
was a good businessman.
Yeah, a sucker really is born every minute. Unfortunately, it really takes a real asshole to take advantage of that. We're supposed to be here for each other, not take advantage of each other. Come on.
Well, it depends on your how you feel about it. Basically,
Not really. Feelings don't matter in the grand scheme of things. It's what you do to the world.
I'm saying you
Yeah,
gotta have that certain mindset to make the money.
that is true.
If someone's willing enough to pretty much buy whatever they're selling,
Yeah.
like take a look at most of those so-called film girl streamers.
Well, yeah, those ones on OnlyFans and all that stuff. Though they're just e-whores. That's all they are. They're online prostitutes. So, but anyway, let's continue on up into 1910. What the hell?
Dr. Crippen. Yeah, 1910. Dr. Crippen is convicted at the Old Bailey of poisoning his wife and was subsequently hanged at Pinmount Prison in London. Ooh.
Dang. Don't poison your wives. It's not good. Moving on up into 1916, U.S. suffragette Inez Milholland. Actually, before I continue, I almost forgot. We are now joined by.
The Golden Loon.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Didn't know it was already 10 o'clock.
You can't forget that.
Hey, how's it going?
Going good.
All right.
Yeah, anyway, 1916, U.S. suffragette Inez Milholland collapsed during a speech in Los Angeles and dies weeks later. Her last words are to the President, Woodrow Wilson, Mr. President, how long must women wait for liberty? Wow. Dang.
Took way too long. I'll agree with that.
Yeah, it did. No. That's awful. Like, if something like that happened today, oh my God, it would be an international outrage. Like, that's crazy. Uh, Anyway, 1926, J. Gordon Whitehead sucker punched magician Harry Houdini in the stomach in Montreal. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a whole
After-
thing that he had.
Some problems with that afterwards, right?
Yeah, well, like there's this whole thing that like he had like an iron gut. So like anybody who punches him, like like he it wouldn't hurt him, because like he anticipated the punch.
Yeah.
Like it was always like set up and everything. He just straight up came and just punched him right in the kidney.
Yeah.
And ruptured his kidney, I think, actually, and
Something happened, yeah.
caused sepsis and whatnot, and then he died.
Yeah.
So
No, you didn't die instantly.
no,
He held on until Halloween.
yeah, okay, so that's right. He died like a week and a half later or so.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
Okay.
he died on October 31st, Halloween. That's right. He died on Halloween at the age of 52. So dang. Yeah. peritonitis and a ruptured appendix. So,
Okay.
yep. Then 1928, Herbert Hoover spoke of American system of rugged individualism. We need that back.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
anyway, Mr. Stone, you got a historic event here.
1829, the French government of Arnsdale Brand falls.
Interesting. 1929, in the 8th French government. Huh. Is that just like his cabinet and stuff? Like when it comes to because we've read about like this guy's government fell, this guy's government formed, this guy's government did this. It's like it's not their actual government. They're working within the government, so not forming a government in a government. Am I right? Like
I'm guessing.
And mostly like it's UK and French articles
Yeah.
that make that that statement.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have no idea what that means. Anyway, let's see here. Let's move on up here to
Okay, you got one
1932.
more.
Hollywood.
I got some more. Talking about 1932, right?
Yeah.
Film Red Dust, directed by Victor Fleming, starring Clark Gable, Jean Harlow, and Mary Astor, premieres.
Red Dust. Huh.
Never heard of it.
Neither have I.
Ooh. Also, 1933, Italian boxer Primo Carnera beat Spanish challenger Paulino Uzcoden on points in Rome, Italy, to retain the IBU heavyweight title.
Look at the size of that man.
Yeah.
Like, he's as wide as a truck. He's huge, dude.
What's the IBU heavyweight title?
IBU heavyweight title. Let's see here.
Ooh.
International Boxing Union.
Okay.
Since 1996.
Ooh, another
That's
good
way
one.
after this.
Another good historical event.
Ah. Are you taking it?
Yeah, 1934, notorious bank robber Charles Pretty Boy Floyd is shot and killed by FBI agents in East Liverpool, Ohio.
Not such a pretty boy anymore.
Pretty boy Floyd. Yeah, someone's gonna be in the desk today.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was Melvin Purvis who shot him.
Let's see here. Shot in a cornfield while being pursued by local law officers and FBI agents. Wow. Killed in the cornfield. And he was a Chinese zodiac rabbit, so how fitting.
That's
Wow.
corny.
But yeah, because you see him in that movie, Public Enemies.
Make enemies?
Yeah, Public Enemies about
Yeah.
Okay.
on
Yeah.
Danger.
Yeah.
Let's see here. 2 years later, in 1936, first commercial flight from mainland to Hawaii.
Huh.
So that's interesting. So before that, I guess everybody was just taking boats,
Yeah. Well.
So
No, before that they were swimming there.
Backstroke.
with a surfboard.
Okay.
1938, Chester Carlson was first successful experiment in electrophotography, later sold to the Haloid Company and dubbed Xerox copying.
Oh.
Well, look at that. So copiers. and everything.
Yeah.
The first ever Xerox.
Yep. And at the same time, 1938, President of Czechoslovakia, Edvard Beneš, went into exile in London in the aftermath of the Munich Agreement and German annexation of Sudetenland. That's when Germany was reunifying, because after World War One, they were split.
Yeah.
Like, there was actually here, let's see here, pre-World War II Germany, because it was weird. Like, let's see here, where can I find it? Right here, if you can see here.
Yeah.
So like this is pre-World War II Germany.
Yeah.
So Germany was this orange, and then they were split here, and then they had more Germany over here.
Oh.
So this was the reunification right here. Like,
Okay.
Like this, and I think some of this, and I think some of this, but this was the main part, reunifying the Rhineland.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. And that was before the outbreak of the Second World War. And then this is what they lost after World War II. A whole lot. So.
Well, I have heard of reunifying the Rhineland. I never saw the map of it.
Yeah. And I've heard of it too. And it wasn't until that game Hearts of Iron 4 I played with Jeff every now and then.
Yeah.
It wasn't until then. YouTube was not. Okay. Um, yeah, that I actually saw the map. So, and sorry for brain farting. My stream here is acting up a little bit. So, anyway, 1941, I believe. Yeah, Maxwell Anderson's play "Candle in the Wind" premiered in New York City. All right, Mr. Sohan, you got a film premiere here.
1942, Now Voyager, film directed by Irvin Rapper, starring Eddie Davis, Paul Heinried, and Claude Rains, premieres in New York, wins 3 Academy Awards.
Betty Davis eyes.
Betty Davis eyes. What is that? Okay.
And 1957, Konrad Adenauer, elected Chancellor of West Germany.
Okay.
Oh shit. 1962. Cuban Missile Crisis. U.S. President John F. Kennedy addresses TV about Russian missile base in Cuba and imposed a naval blockade on Cuba, beginning the missile crisis.
Yep.
Isn't that a little strange? Exactly 60 years later, on the date, where are we now with Russia?
Well, that's a pretty broad brush, but this was specific, and now actually we shouldn't have anything to do with this. This, Ukraine. You're referring obviously to Ukraine and Russia.
Yeah, but Russia is threatened. Actually, some people are saying that Putin actually did order some nuclear strikes, but some of his subordinates, refused the order.
Well, it does take, in my understanding, in Russia, he's when it comes to nuclear weapons, he's not the only call. There's got to be a whole thing.
Well, yeah, he doesn't have a button that literally launches nukes. Same as with the U.S.
But I just say he can't give the order and it's done. It's got to go through a bunch of stuff, and that's my understanding. And what stuff means, I don't know. But where he can launch an attack on Ukraine and no one's gonna stop him. He has that say.
But
when it comes to nuclear weapons, they have a lot of safeguard stops. One person can't just say do it.
Yeah, I'm also worried though, about that tsunami nuke.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that can be anywhere.
Yeah.
All over the world.
That submarine you're talking
about?
Yeah,
that submarine.
Yeah.
And they have multiple. So.
But anyways, this is a specific event, very different.
Yeah, but it's the same tension is what I'm saying. The same style of holy crap,
Except this was very close to home and it felt very threatening. We don't feel threatened by Ukraine and Russia at all.
Well, no, I'm talking
about
as
it steps up. We
the
submarine.
Should
have more. The submarine.
The submarine. Yeah, the
most aren't aware of that though.
Yeah, well, no, that's what I'm saying. It's not just that. Well, first off, Russia has the supersonic nukes, which go faster than what our defense platform can even see. So we have no defense. If they launch, they can literally hit us, and we don't even know.
Now, is that submarine still missing?
Yes, to my knowledge, it is.
That's not good.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not only just the supersonic nukes in the air, that can travel 100 feet off the ground. They can be under the radar, traveling faster than the speed of sound. Like Mach 3 or whatever. They have that technology. We can't even track that. But then, that submarine could be off of our coast. It can launch a tsunami right into Washington D.C. or New York or Los Angeles. Anywhere. Yeah. Anywhere.
Anyways, this was really a troubling event, and they were testing Kennedy to see if he had the balls to really react to it, and he did.
Just like how they're testing, Biden. Not really much of a test, though.
Test?
Yeah.
The only test he needs is mental capacity test.
Yep. Anyway, you got one more here, Mr. Sohan.
Yes, I do. 1962, JFK receives Uganda Premier Milton Obote.
That sounds right to me. All right, cool. Uganda.
So he received the premier.
Yeah. That's interesting.
He gave him a person.
Well, he was a Hollywood actor, so he would receive a premiere, wouldn't he?
What does that mean? I don't
Oh wait, no, Kennedy wasn't an actor. That was Reagan. Sorry.
No. He's a U-boat captain. World War II.
Not a U-boat captain. He was wasn't he a pilot or something?
I think he's the captain of the ship, but pilot or whatever. They're small U-boats. They're small.
Well, U-boats are German.
Or whatever he was. What was he?
I don't think
You're right. It was German.
I don't think he was a submariner though.
No. They're small craft.
No, but like by receiving the premiere, it means like he's welcoming in, like he's like when you showed up and I said, hey, welcome, I'm receiving you.
Oh, is that what that means?
Yes, you're receiving somebody.
That's a weird way to say it. Uganda premiere.
It's like proper English, I guess.
Receives the premiere of
Yeah.
Okay.
He's receiving
I wonder why that's of note.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe there's something going on with Uganda in 1962. But anyway, in 1964, French philosopher and author Jean-Paul Sartre refused Nobel Prize. Good. About time somebody did that. And we got an NHL record in 1966. Ice hockey legend Bobby Orr scored his first career goal versus the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah, his first one of many.
Yep. We got some more sports history. In 1967, Joe DiMaggio was hired as executive vice president of A's by Charlie Finley. All right. Got some golf here for Sohan.
1967 Ryder Cup Golf Championship Golf Club. US beats Great Britain 23.5 to 8.5. Ben Hogan captains America to record 15-point victory margin.
Dang, 23 to 8.
Yeah.
That's a drumming right there.
Yeah, Ben Hogan.
Yeah.
Great one.
Ooh.
Also, 1969, Paul McCartney denies Grady exaggerating rumors of his death.
Yeah, I remember
That one record you played backwards as Paul's dead.
Yeah, play it backward. Yep, absolutely.
Oh yeah. Yeah, another sports history here.
1975 Baseball World Series. Cincinnati Reds beat Boston Red Sox 4-3 at Fenway Park for Game 4-3 series win. MPV Reds switch hitter Pete Rose.
Recognize that face.
Well, at least they acknowledge him.
Yeah,
History.
I know, right? We got some more sports history. In 1976, Rick Barry of San Francisco began the then longest NBA free throw streak of 60.
Yep.
So
Yep,
this is when he started.
Yeah. And just of note, he shot them underhand.
Oh wow!
Like that.
Granny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. You told me about that a long time ago when I was a kid. Like the granny shotting free throw.
Yeah, and he said, "Let me work with Shaquille O'Neal, and I'll have him up to shooting 80% free throws because Shaquille O'Neal couldn't shoot a three. He threw up lead balls up there like crazy, but he would have to shoot them underhand. Of course, you don't do that. That's little kids on the playground. But I believe he could have done it. Underhand. That was his thing.
That that would have been interesting to see. This big guy, throwing free throws like a little grandma. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
But if he makes the points, he makes the points. Who cares how you do it? As long as it's within the boundaries. You know.
Yeah.
But then we got the New York City Marathon here in 1978. Grit Waltz of Norway won in her race debut in world record 2 hours 32 minutes and 30 seconds, with Bill Rogers winning his third straight title in 2 hours 12 minutes and 12 seconds. So dang, so this was her first one, and she won.
Jeez.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And in 1978, Pope John Paul II was inaugurated as Pope. Hey, that's awesome. He was Pope for a long time.
How long was he? Or what did he run through?
Pope John Paul II? Let's see here. He died April 2nd, 2005 at the age of 84.
Wow.
So 1978 to 2005, roughly 30 years.
Yeah.
Like 27 years or something.
Yeah.
So most of my life.
Roughly 30,
Yeah. But as Pope, he visited 129 countries and upheld Orthodox beliefs on issues such as sexuality and abortion. He also worked to improve relations with other faiths. Like, this guy was a bamf.
Oh, yeah.
This guy was great,
Yeah.
And, we're probably never going to see another Pope like him, in our lifetime. Probably not for another 1,000 years, if the church is still around for that long, This guy was great. He was great. He was actually the first non-Italian for over 450 years. He held the office.
From Poland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Polish.
Yeah, first Poland.
Yep. He was born in 1920, so
He was a pope for the people, that's for sure.
he was. Yeah. Well, think about it. Um, like when he was 20 some odd years old, that's when Germany and Russia invaded his country.
Ah, sure.
And
okay.
so, like up until his pontification, he was probably living until like the early '90s. He was living under Russian boot, guaranteed, because
Depends
Poland
on when he got out of Poland, though.
maybe yeah. I think he was like a Polish. Because you have to be in the church your whole life to even be like considered like
Yeah, so he may have got out of Poland at a young age.
maybe
Because he would have had to have been underground if he was there when the Russians were there.
yeah
And
true.
so he had to be out of Poland by then.
That is true. Anyway, whose turn was it? I've forgotten.
You got more.
Okay.
You got one more.
1979, deposed Shah of Iran Mohammad Reza Pahlavi arrived in New York City for medical treatment. He was the last Shah of Iran.
Yeah, no, I remember him well. He got booted by the Ayatollah and the rest of them.
Ah.
And then he couldn't even find a place to live. Nobody wanted to touch him.
Huh. So, did he
He
ever?
finally did. He stayed here for a while, and I can't remember. Did he go to Canada or somewhere? Or maybe he stayed here. I can't remember. But nobody greeted him with open arms. That's for sure. And
Yeah.
he was ruthless. But in fact, it was Jimmy Carter that said, "Ease up on your human rights," and he did, and they took over.
Dang.
So that whole part of the world, survival of the fittest.
Well, here we go. Mr. Sohan, if you don't mind taking, let's see here, the last three, save for the last 1981, so like the U.S. Food and Drug Administration one, and then the U.S. one. So the last two.
1981, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration approved aspartame artificial sweetener for tabletop use following years of scrutiny.
Ay. That stuff causes cancer, It's like legit. That's awful for you. Like, diet sodas are more unhealthy for you than regular sodas. Like,
And 1981, U.S. national debt tops 1 trillion.
yep.
Drop in the bucket today. We spend more than
And
that.
1981, USR performs underground nuclear test.
Yep.
Also, 1988, Devil Worship exposed Satan underground TV special hosted by Gerardo Rivera. Screens on NBC.
Yep. Like, I'm all for freedoms and such, but we really do gotta do something about these, neo-Nazis and Satanists and whatnot, because, like... But then again,
Satanists,
that
no.
just pushes them even farther underground, so I don't know.
Satanists, no, but neo-Nazis, yes.
Okay, I can go with that. Why don't you take
You
this
gotta be
music...
careful though,
Yeah, well...
and that's one of our conundrums for being free.
Yeah, no, I know I gotta be careful, but at the same time,
I'm not saying politically careful.
Yeah.
Just it can add up bad if you get what you wish for, type of thing.
Yeah, it's really tricky. Anyway,
your
why don't you
turn.
take this music concert here, and then
Sure.
I'll take my turn.
1988, Elton John sells out Madison Square Garden, New York City for a record 26 times.
Wow.
Jeez.
Wow. He filled
Of
that
course,
garden
it's-
26 times, and maybe
Of
longer,
course,
maybe
man,
more.
it's Elton John.
Yeah. Also, in 1988, U.S. Supreme Court Justice Sandra Day O'Connor survived breast cancer surgery. Good.
Yeah.
So, she was the first, woman Supreme Court Justice. Yep, right there.
Yep. Sandra Day.
And then 1989, over-competitive McLaren teammates Alain Prost and Ayrton Senna famously collided and skid into an escape road during Japanese Grand Prix at Suzuka. Prost retired from race and claimed third Formula One World Drivers' Championship. Wow. So these guys are
Yeah.
like a couple of supermarket harlots, crashing into each other, like that one scene out of Malcolm. Yeah.
That brings up a visual. You're going down in your cart. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about in the parking lot after they finish loading the groceries and running into each other. There's a scene like that out of Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like. Then we got a historic event here in 1997. Larry Flint sold a hustler to an underage buyer in a non-zoned area in Cincinnati, Ohio. That's not good. So he sold pornography to a minor. That's not good. So, yep. Why don't you tell us what happened? Actually, yeah. Why don't you take 1997 here? There's a couple things here for
Or
you.
1997, NHL superstar Wayne Gretzky's wife Janet is knocked unconscious and gets two stitches after plexiglass falls on her watching a game.
Dang.
Man, they must have been slamming that damn glass hard.
Yep. Yeah.
Like, really ramming into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there like that glass, really is strong, but there are videos out there of like, it faltering,
Yeah.
So it's not
It's
impenetrable.
just like a backboard coming
Certain
down.
things could only take so much shock before.
Yeah.
Look at Shaquille O'Neal bringing down backboards of on the.
Oh,
on the
he's
court.
like 300 pounds.
He's a monster. I know.
Yeah.
They'll only take so much is the point.
Yeah. What else happened in 1997? This Yahoo one looks interesting.
Yeah, 1997, Yahoo completes purchase of 411.
411.
411. Okay.
That's it used to be. I'm not sure how if it's available anymore, but like you used to literally on the phone you'd be able to dial 411.
The directory.
Like that's where they're saying, oh, what's the 411? You dial 411, and you can get information over the phone. Like, I never really utilized it because by the time I grew up to need that, Google was a thing. So.
Yeah.
Also, 19. Cool. Also, 1999, Maurice Papon, an official in the Vichy French government during World War II, is jailed for crimes against humanity.
Good. That guy is such a piece of crap. Why did it take so long for justice to get to him? Yeah, Maurice Papon. Good. May he rot in that cell until he dies. So, you have one more 99 here, then we'll do the split.
Okay. In 1999, NHL goaltender Grant Fuhrer wins his 400th career game versus Florida Panthers.
All right.
It's a bunch of games.
It is. Let's do the split. Welcome to part 2. Let's see here. Moving on up into the year 2000. German Ferrari driver Michael Schumacher won Malaysian Grand Prix at Sepang, his 4th straight race victory to finish season, 3rd and 1st of 5 straight F1 World Drivers' Championships, won by 19 points from Mika Hakkinen. All right, I don't know what the point system is with all these various racing things, but apparently, and I was talking with Ramasur yesterday. The current system of points in NASCAR is just completely garbage.
Oh, really?
And the way it's set up is if you don't pass the first thing, then you're booted off for life.
For life?
For life.
It doesn't make
You
sense.
can't even compete the next time around. They only bring in the people who were even in the race the last time. So anybody who who gets outperformed by a newcomer, the newcomer takes their place permanently. I don't know. It sounds really stupid. I don't know why they would do that, because apparently that happened to Dale Earnhardt Jr. It knocked him out.
Really?
Yeah, he hasn't raced since because of it. So
That doesn't make sense.
they don't. Yeah.
You can only have so many racers, so you got to have some kind of system that, that qualifies you to get on the track, but nothing permanent. You should be able to earn it right back.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
But,
I don't either. I don't follow it.
And plus, Romister never really told me exactly how it worked. He just gave me his grievances and started talking about other point systems.
Yeah.
So I never really got an answer to my question. But anyway, let's move on up here. More from the year 2000. President's Cup Golf, Robert Trent Jones Golf Club, David Love III, or Davis Love III, Stuart Sink and Kirk triplets are unbeaten as U.S. outclasses international team 21.5 to 10.5. Wow, an 11-point spread.
Mm-hmm.
That's
a lot.
Yep. Let's see here. Well, what is this? 2004, discovery and isolation of new wonder material graphene announced in paper by Andrei Geim and Konstantin Novoselov. Incredibly, they used Scotch tape to pearl layers off graphite. Huh. That's.
I don't even know.
I have no idea.
Understand.
I don't understand either. Viewers, if anybody understands, please let us know. Then let's see here. Mr. Soen, do you want to take the first 2006?
Yeah. 2006, Panama Canal expansion proposal is approved by 77.8% of voters in the national referendum held in Panama.
Good. So they're going to expand that.
Yeah, for the super ships to come through.
Yep. Super ships. Then the first 2008 is, not good.
Yeah. 2008, Google Play is launched, the official app store for Google operating systems. Why is bad?
Yep.
Why is it bad?
Because it's Google. Like
That'll make it bad though.
Well, like it's for the Android operating system, and I know Android is owned by Google, but see, like, it's bad because, once again, we are in a duopoly. Microsoft or Windows, or no, Microsoft or Apple. Do you get a Samsung? Do you Galaxy? Do you get an Android? Do you get an iPhone?
Well, what does that have to do with
Well,
Google?
you can blame Windows Phone for messing up their own shit.
Yeah. I know. I'm just tired of all these mega corporations just like being the only thing in our lives. We have no underdogs. We have not even the ability. Like they've pretty much outlawed it to be possible for people to compete.
They make it difficult. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do.
And I'm tired of it. I'm outright tired of it. Because, they're all separate entities, but they're all in bed together and they're all working against you. And that's the problem. So, anyway, we got a murder of interest here in 2009.
2009, former Uruguayan dictator Giorgio Alvarez sentenced to 25 years in prison for aggravated murder of 37 Uruguayan dissidents who had fled to Argentina.
Yeah, Uruguayan.
He killed 37.
Uruguayan.
Yeah,
And he only got 25 years?
he should have been executed. So,
One would think.
yep. Apparently not. We got-
2012, Red, fourth studio album by Taylor Swift, released Billboard Album of the Year, 2012 to 2013.
Dang, 2 years. That's pretty cool. Let's see here. Wow. 2012 as well. 6 Italian scientists are convicted of manslaughter for their failure to predict the 2009 La Aquila earthquake. What?
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 How's that? You didn't tell us it was coming.
Well, sorry, we're not God. We like to play God, but we're not God.
How's that possible?
I don't know. Why is that not highlighted? That's ridiculous. So, anyway, we got a film premiere in 2013. Thor: The Dark World, directed by Alan Taylor, starring Chris Hemsworth and Natalie Portman, premiered in London. Okay. Let's see here. 2016, AT&T bought Time Warner for $85.4 billion.
I got their own cable thing.
Yep.
Yep.
Ooh. Your turn, Sohan.
Yeah. First thing first, I'm gonna go back to 2012. Hurricane Sandy forms in the Western Caribbean Sea.
Ooh.
Remember, there was a combination of a snowstorm and that hurricane made a fucking superstorm
Yeah. And
and wrecked the eastern seaboard.
back at that time, I blamed one of my aunts for that hurricane.
Why is that?
The name.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And plus, she was in the east too.
Yeah.
Up in the snow.
Yeah. Boy, that
Yeah,
drives
man,
me
that was a
nuts.
perfect storm of ice, of a snowstorm and a hurricane.
Yeah. You were gonna say something?
No.
2000, ooh, 2017 LA Times publisher investigation with 38 women accusing Hollywood writer director James Toback of sexual harassment.
Here we go.
What a surprise.
Hashtag me too. So, I'm not saying he didn't do it. I'm just saying he didn't do it to that extent.
Well, you don't know. It was really prevalent in the entire industry, so you don't have any idea.
Just out of statistics, at least 10% of this 38 are liars.
Oh, come on. You don't know that.
Out of statistics, yes. And those are the ones that they're telling us. It's probably even a higher number. But
It sounded more and more like Google. Out of statistics.
Also, 2018 actress Selma Blair reveals she has been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis.
that sucks. And I do not base my life off algorithms, okay?
I knew there was a comeback coming.
Anyway, 2018 as well, Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison made a public apology to victims of child sexual assault or abuse in institutions. Yeah, like, the church and such.
Yeah.
So, and also, 2018, a pipe bomb sent to George Soros' New York home address. First Democrat to receive series of pipe bombs in U.S. Too bad it didn't go off.
Yeah,
So,
no.
Man, he sent it to himself.
No, come on.
Now, what this guy has done to our government is just absolutely disgusting.
Probably sent it to himself.
Probably. It's probably a lying thing.
Could be.
Yeah. Then 2019, Japanese Emperor Naruhito, alongside Empress Masako, formally declared his ascension to the throne of the world's oldest monarchy. All right. Okay. Even though they wield no power, but all right.
Yeah.
Holy shit. 2019 legislation for Northern Ireland legalizing same-sex marriage and abortion comes into effect.
All right.
What the hell?
Well, it took him a while, Like,
2019 Russian President Vladimir Putin and Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan agreed to deal jointly to conform Kurdish territory in northern Syria.
Ooh, that's not good. They're trying to take over Syria.
2019 top U.S. diplomat in Ukraine Bill Taylor testified that Donald Trump tied aid to Ukraine to demand the country opens an investigation into the Biden family.
Bing, 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 bing. Right there. Right there. Anyway, moving on up into 2019 as well, the U.S. drug company Biogen claimed to have created first drug to slow advance of Alzheimer's disease called Ducanumab.
Good luck.
Okay. That makes me think it's going to develop Alzheimer's in my brain, trying to pronounce that. Then 1 year later, 2020, Goldman Sachs agreed to pay record $3 billion to end probe into its role in one IMDb corruption scandal.
No, one
MDB corruption scandal to regulators in the U.S., UK, Hong Kong, Singapore, and Malaysia. Huh. And then 2021, just last year, Australian city of Melbourne, the world's most locked down city, exits its sixth lockdown after a total of 260 days. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Australia. I was surprised the way they reacted to that as a country. I was just surprised what Australia did.
Australia.
Thank you. Did that.
Once a penal colony, always a penal colony.
Yeah. I guess.
So, anyway, before we move on into births and deaths, audience, were there any articles that grabbed your attention more than most? Anything spark your interest? Anything that you want us to explain a little bit more about? You have any questions? Is there anything that you want to talk about? A little bit more on anything that was spoken about today. Start a dialogue in the comments section. Anyway, I think we're going to be losing the Golden Loon here.
You are indeed.
Okay.
I'm out.
You just hate births and deaths, don't you?
No interest whatsoever.
That's understandable. Anyway, moving on into births, starting us off in 1071, Mr. Sohan, if you don't mind.
1071, William the Ninth, Duke of Aquinte, and poet. Died 1126.
All right. And ooh, wow, this guy looks exactly like Michio Kaku. Holy crap!
Yeah, and 1811 hung Franz Liszt. Hungarian romantic composer and virtuoso pianist Faust Symphony, born in Raiden, Hungary.
So raiding Hungary. Well, that's kind of ironic because I'm going to be raiding the fridge here soon because I'm hungry.
Now it's your
Then
turn.
we got Collis P. Huntington in 1821, a U.S. business tycoon and railroad executive, Central Pacific Railroad, Southern Pacific Railroad, born in Harwinton, Connecticut, dying in 1900. Huh. Well, all right. Then we have Louis Riel, 1844, a Canadian politician, founder of the province of Manitoba, and leader of the Métis people of the Canadian prairies, born in Red River Colony, Rupert's Land, British North America, dying in 1885. Wow, so he was only 41 years old. Yeah, dang. Your turn.
Okay. 1844.
Yep.
Louis
Oh no, the other
L.
1844.
Okay. 1844. Samantha Bernhardt, French actress Camille Queen Elizabeth, born in Paris, France.
All right. It says birth possibly the 23rd of October, so it might be today or tomorrow. So we might be talking about her again tomorrow.
And 1907, Jimmy Fox, American Baseball Hall of Fame, first baseman, nine-time MLB All-Star, World Series, 1929-30, AL MPP, 1932, 33, 38, Triple Crown, 1933, Philadelphia A's, Boston RS, born in Sutherville, Maryland.
I think RS stands for Red Sox. The
Yep, Red Sox.
the Boston Red Sox. Yep.
Fuck the Sox.
And we got Baal Dai in 1913, a Vietnamese emperor and chief of state. Annam 1926 through 1945, state of Vietnam 1949 through 1955, born in Hue, French Indochina, dying in 1997. Huh. Last emperor of Vietnam. Well, look at that. We have Robert Capa, 1913, a Hungarian war photographer and photojournalist, born in Budapest, Austria-Hungary, dying in 1954. He was not that old. 41, right? And we had another 41.
Yeah.
40, actually. Never mind. Ooh, this name sounds familiar. 1917?
1917, Joan Fontaine, British American Academy Award winning actress. Joan Den Ivanhoe Rebecca, born in Tokyo, Japan.
Huh.
So she is Japanese.
She's Japanese by birth, British U.S. by ethnicity, or genetics. That's so she's a triple. That's interesting. 1920. How about the first 1920?
Sure, 19. Wait, yeah. 1920, Harry Potts, English soccer forward, Burnley, Everton, and manager Burnley, Shrewsbury Town, Blackpool, born in Sunderland, England, died 1996.
Dang, Harry Potter. Let's see who else was born on this date.
I'm
Scrolling.
I'm looking.
Oh, I'll let you have this one. 1952.
God, 1952. Which one?
Uh, Jeff.
Okay. Wow. Jeff Goldblum, American actor, The Fly, Jurassic Park, Independence Day, and jazz pianist. The Mildred Snitzer Orchestra, born in West Homestead, Pennsylvania.
Dang.
Nice.
Nature finds a way. And we got Brian Boitano. Hey, Brian Boitano, born on this date in 1963. That's what Brian Boitano do. A U.S. figure skater, Olympic men's singles gold 1988, born in Mountain View, California. Oh,
And he beat up Kubla Khan.
yes, he did. Shaggy. Oh, my brain just had. He is black. uh, Shaggy. In 1968, Jamaican American Grammy Award, or Jamaican United States Grammy Award winning reggae rapper and songwriter It Wasn't Me and Boombastic, born in Kingston, Jamaica. So I wonder if they just took White Shaggy out and just replaced him with this guy.
Oh.
So, in the new Velma cartoon show. And then this next guy, 1973.
1970. Oh, hold on. I gotta go back to 1972. D'Lo Brown, American professional wrestler.
Ah, nice. Happy birthday.
Now, what was 1972?
3.
1973, Ichiro Suzuki, Japanese baseball right fielder, most career base hits 4,367.
Yep.
A American League MPV 2000, MLB All Star 2000 to 2010, MPB All Star 1994 to 2000, born in Kasugai, Japan.
All right. NPB. What is NPB? What is NPB? Nippon Professional Baseball. Okay. Anyway, who else was born on this day? We have Roddy Ricch, born in 1998, a U.S. rapper and singer-songwriter. Please excuse me for being antisocial and the box. Born in Compton, California. Yeah, he has that Compton look. So
Box.
Box.
That's a good song. I like that song.
You like that song?
Yep.
The Box. I've never heard it. Anyway, moving on in the deaths, starting us off in 741, we have Charles Martel, ruler of the Franks and grandfather of Charlemagne, died at the age of 63. Oh, dang. And then your turn, 1839. Or actually, no, 1906, sorry.
Okay. Damn, 1906?
Yeah, one hell of a time jump there.
Paul, 1906, Paul Cézanne, French artist and post-impressionist painter, The Basket of Apples, died of pneumonia at 67.
I gotta look at this basket of apples. The basket of apples. Oh, okay. That's a cool painting.
Also, 1928, we have Andrew Fisher, 5th Prime Minister of Australia, 1808 to 09, 1910 to 13, 1814 to 15, dies at 66.
I wonder if this was the guy who just, vanished while swimming. I don't think it is, though.
Now, here we go with,
Yep. As we spoke earlier in the show, Pretty Boy Floyd, killed on this date in 1934. He was a U.S. gangster and FBI most wanted criminal, shot dead by 30, or at the age of 30, by the FBI in Ohio while trying to escape via cornfield. Born in 1904. Let's see, then we have Arnold J. Toynbee, died on this date in 1975. He was an English historian, a study of history, died at the age of 86. Well, salute to historians. So.
Yeah.
Wow, we're really there's nobody left. Wow.
I'll do this one. 2021, Peter Solari, American stage and screen Emmy award-winning actor Newhart, Michael Girls, Tad, bosom buddies, Henry dies of cancer at 66.
Dang. Well, rest in peace to all those who died today. Happy birthday to all those who who were born on this date. And that's going to conclude the show. Once again, you can check the underbar for any links you may find interesting, including but not limited to Everything Omni Coalition, which in itself has
Sohin TV on Twitch.
Yep. For all of you and all of us, I was A.O. Xander.
Sohin.
And for your dose of passive events daily, we stream every day at 10 in the morning Pacific time.
Love Central.
Yep. Until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Until then, toodles!